When Siemens Healthineers invited Julian and I to their campus in Erlangen, we were thrilled. For both of us, this was the culmination of a journey that started long before our careers did. A journey that started where we were still teenagers. As we signed in and collect our badges, we realized this wasn't just a visit, it was a return. And as we sat in the lounge, waiting for our host, flipping through Siemens Healthineers MRI publications, I was taken back to when I was 17 years old and held my very first Magnetone Flash magazine. I didn't know it then, but that moment changed my life forever. MRI had become a calling. And there you were, ready to explore the present state of MRI, at the place where that spark was born. But first and foremost, our host, Don Hardy.
Don, thank you so much for having us here where the magic takes place. And speaking about magic, look at this sound. What is that? Can you believe it?
I think this is the present of Siemens. Everything there you guys are doing looks amazing. You have such nice technology there. But can you Don, tell us a little bit about what this is? And
yeah, sure,
where
guys.
We are?
I have to say, great. Thanks for coming, investing the time to come here to Germany, right? This is really where it's all happening in the world of MRI. And you see part of this world here. We like to call it the magic wheel. Here you see all of our field strengths, right, from 7 Tesla, 3 Tesla, 1.5, also our 0.55 Tesla systems, right, that are in our portfolio today. And you see some of the major, I would say, platform technologies that are part of this amazing portfolio. We've got our Deep Resolve AI technology, yes, which you guys are probably aware of. Yeah. We've got our new introduced dry cool technology as well.
Very excited about that, to be honest, yeah.
Sure, it's a big step change in terms of innovation.
Is that a possibility to see one of these fantastic scanners? That would be amazing.
You would like to see one?
If
are you
possible.
Sure?
Yeah. So if we're not asking too much.
Sure, follow me.
Yeah, wonderful.
As we move deeper into Siemens Healthineers headquarters, we're not just meeting industry leaders, but also the technology that shaped our careers long before Everything MRI even existed. From systems like the Miniton, designed for pediatric care, to innovations that continue to redefine the MRI world.
So let me show you something super special. This is our new 0.55 Tesla, the Magnetone Free platform. I think this is a special platform because not only is it a new field strength, this was the first system that we developed with our dry cool technology.
Ah, fantastic. I have already a lot of questions.
Very cool. So let's go in and meet Jens. He'll give you a deep dive on this exciting platform.
Should I?
Yep.
Jens, one of the things that Samuel and I at Everything MRI and those members of our MRI community have to say in common is that we are all radiographers. We have been scanning patients since day one. And we know how it is dealing with all those MRI parameters, and I know there are some features that can help us dealing with the MRI workflow. So I want to ask you, what do you think has been the impact the features like the auto-align or the My Exam Assist had on the routine MRI workflow?
The impact of auto-align on the routine workflow has been huge. It was initially meant to speed up slice prescription. Very quickly, we saw its value in reproducibility and standardization of exams. Other features like the My Exam Assist and My Exam Autopilot, they help in executing routine exams. It will help us to address challenges in the market like pressure on the healthcare systems on the cost side and demographic changes that make staffing issues a big issue everywhere. We hope that we can support radiographers in the future.
I have to say that if I look at the scanner, one of the things that comes immediately to my mind, looking at the size of the board as well, is actually, you might have heard of this, there is this tiny little thing called claustrophobia. And this is quite a sensitive topic for me because I also have my relatives which struggle with this many times. So I want to ask you, how do you think the new features, the new kind of design of these scanners help the patient to achieve those challenges like claustrophobia, but also the length of the scan or the complexity of the overall examination?
First of all, anxiety and claustrophobia are real issues for some patients. So when we designed the Free Max, making the bore size larger, making it a friendly, welcoming design has been a design priority to address those anxieties. We take care of patient comfort when we design tabletops and coils. And last but not least, you mentioned scan time. a short exam makes it more likely for a patient experiencing anxiety to successfully complete the exam.
Amazing. Thank you for explaining this. Go straight to the other one, because this is a question I've been bombarded about from my colleagues, and we can see it here. This is a beautiful piece of equipment, but there is a tiny little problem. Thanks. When do you think we will be able to get like essential component like the emergency buzzer completely wireless without this type of wires? Do you think this will be possible? Do you think this is already an option here?
As you can imagine, there are lots of discussions that we have here about how to deal with tubes and cables. If you look at our portfolio, our head coils, they are already wireless. There's no wire attached here. Our latest generation of head coils even has built-in audio to cut additional wires. When we discuss elements like a buzzer, to me there's always also the question, how can we add value without, for instance, running danger that a buzzer gets lost? So there are careful considerations, I can tell you. We're working and discussing on all of these topics.
Yeah, I think it will be great from a safety perspective, but for many, many reasons. We're looking forward to see those implementations. Jens, my final question is all about patient comfort. And I think you might agree with me that from a technological point of view, it seems everything is going very, very fast. However, from a patient comfort, I think we have been using these solutions for quite long back. And don't get me wrong, these solutions are indeed very effective. How many times we get patients say, oh, can I have this one just below my legs? However, don't you think that maybe to match this technological pace, we should have something a little bit more ergonomic and resistant maybe? What do you think?
You're absolutely right. Those little things matter. Although I think this is a highly sophisticated wedge. On a more serious note, if you look at our recent designs for coils and also tabletops, they are designed to be more easy to clean. And this is a development that we take seriously, and you will see further upgrades there.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Jens.
Thank you. It's been great, Julian.
Standing outside the Magneton Freemax room, Julian and I paused, something we rarely do. It gave us a moment to reflect on how far MRI has come from a 10-minute T2 sequence to systems like the Freemax. But it was time to rejoin Don as he explained today's real-world impact of Siemens Healthineers.
Don, I think this corridor is worth of filming because we have so many great things from Siemens Healthineers here. From the point telegrapher to the SIMATIC, from X-ray machines to MRI, you guys have done everything. So I wanted to know where this unwavering drive for technology comes from, because we at Everything MRI also have that drive.
I think within Siemens Healthineers, right, I think I can speak for every employee that works for us. We're so focused on how we can make a difference in some of the biggest diseases facing societies today. And as part of our mission is to pioneer breakthroughs in healthcare for everyone, everywhere, and also sustainably.
I think that's one of the keys. I believe we're going to touch on that point a little bit later on. The other question I have for you, one of the three questions, is if Werner von Siemens was alive today, would he be proud of what Siemens Healthineers accomplished today?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think if you look at Siemens Healthineers with over 70,000 employees globally now, it gives you an insight in terms of our footprint that we're making globally, and also the impact that we're having in patient care with having the most patient touch points, I think, compared to any other healthcare provider in the globe.
Last question, also related to Werner von Siemens. He had a quote to the effect like, an idea alone has little worth, and the value of an invention has to do with its practical implementation. Do you think Siemens Healthineers lives that quote to this day?
Yeah, I think it's a great philosophy, actually. And if you look at us at MR alone, right, with over 35,000 MRI scanners installed globally, just over 4 decades, right? I think that's great proof that we're actually living out that philosophical statement that you just said. But I have to say, the ideas don't stop. And I think the curiosity, right, lives within us to really push more new inventions for better patient outcomes at the end.
I think that's the mind frame that Siemens Healthineers is in, basically.
Reflecting on everything we had learned, one thing became clear. The journey was never just about technology. It was about the people, the mindset, the vision behind the scanners that shape our clinical work. But Don summed it up the best.
Dr. Hardy, Sam, I think what we witnessed today is simply amazing. We got a perfect overview about the present within Siemens Healthineers, about these fantastic MR scanners and their design. Sam, did you actually like the Freemax? Personally, I did.
Yeah, I love that massive bore. I think it's amazing for our claustrophobic cohort of patients. But I want to mention as well the Miniton. I think you were very good with the giraffe there. It was a great moment.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of technology that you guys are working on today. And I think the present of Siemens Healthineers has been amazing. So thank you so much, Don, for showing us all of this technology that you are working on for MRI.
No, you're welcome, guys. It was a lot of fun having you guys here visit us and seeing the full range of everything we're working on, from our pediatric solutions to the new latest 𝐓𝐴 technology and AI technology as well. So hopefully it's giving you some food for thought on some of your podcasts, what you would like to talk about in the future.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's for sure. And I think what we'll be very interested about would be also like seeing the very first designs within like Siemens Healthineers, the very first MRI scanner.
Yeah,
I
the
think it would be
history behind it.
Yeah,
right?
the history behind it, right?
That would be
amazing.
super cool. Don, thank you so much once again for having us. It was a pleasure, I would say. Yeah.
Fantastic.
thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.